So a few weeks ago, I scored a really good deal on some white picket PVC fencing on Facebook Marketplace, and we've been saving up for the rest of the supplies that's needed to install a fence. For example, the 4x4 posts, the post covers, all of the hardware that you need, the brackets that hold the fence in place. Sorry, there's my neighbor's dog barking in the background. We are finally going to get started on it today. We did go ahead and buy an auger drill bit thing, like a drill for the ground, because our ground here has a lot of rock in it. So instead of using the old-fashioned post hole diggers, we're gonna invest in an auger that'll hopefully make this process just a little bit more doable. Started out by placing all the panels down where we wanted them, and then my husband Nick jumped on the auger and started drilling. Okay, so there's our auger that we got. And then here we have all the panels laid out. Go all the way down there, and you can see on each one of the posts there are these little brackets that we put on that hold the 4x4 in place while the concrete was drying. So today we have to unscrew those brackets and then fill the hole up with the dirt. And we've got to do that for all of these. I'll give you a better idea of what I'm doing here. So each of these posts has two brackets. They're essentially these little 1x2s that are screwed in here, which are holding the posts in place. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on each of these. So I need to go and remove those for all the posts. And once those get removed, I have to fill the dirt in back to the hole where the concrete is now dry. So yeah, be back in an hour or so, 30 minutes, I don't know. I'll time it. We have the first side complete all the way down. So the next step we're gonna be working on is, I think we're gonna turn that piece into a little gate, and then we have to install the post that's gonna be going there. Here was where our potato garden was last year, so we dug that up because we are installing the fence right behind back there, and then this compost pile is going to be moved. I'm going to use some of those sticks and twigs in the bottom layer of our new raised bed, so that's why they are still there. This area, like I said, there are going to be raised beds against all of the fence that's going to be back here. It's going to be really beautiful. I cannot wait. Really have to start thinking about what I'm going to do with this bed here, because we're gonna have to be able to make room for the lawnmower. We have a riding lawnmower to come in and out, and I kind of wanted all of the beds to be against the fence here, but I have this pathway here, so if I move this all the way to the edge, I'm just gonna have this path stopping right here, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm going to try to come up with a plan. Oh, we had little man out here eating some snacks in the pack and play while we were working on the fence. But yeah, I have to try to figure out a plan and how to arrange this so that it looks nice but also functional and also has room for the lawnmower to come in and out. The lawnmower we keep in the shed in that side, so it'll come here and be able to go out front. It's on my raised beds. The lettuce is looking really great. Too bad it tastes like absolute trash. I'm not even lying. I tasted a leaf yesterday, and it tastes awful. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it was stressed, but it tastes awful. We've got some carrots in here. I am gonna go ahead and just let these grow, just to have something growing in this soil. And they look cute. I mean, they look beautiful. So just letting everybody get some fresh air. The wild cats that I've been feeding have seemed to moved on to somewhere else, so I'm able to leave these open without fearing that it's going to be turned into a litter box. I also have some lettuce popping up over here, more carrots, some red leaf lettuce. Yeah, looking pretty good in this bed. This is the oregano that I got last year at the farmer's market. It is still hanging on. This is the sage that I got the seeds from that we started inside, the pink Sunday variety, actually. Okay, so here's an overview of what we are looking like this week. Let's start with our onions. We went ahead and planted these in. Variety. We planted these last week. This is the white snowball variety, and they have really taken off. Lots of new growth. The red ones are just barely starting to grow a little bit, but they're getting there. Everybody needs a drink, so I'm going to do that here in a minute. These are all of the cold stratified seeds that we were planting last week, and we do have a little bit of germination. The butterfly milkweed has germinated, and a couple of the bells of Ireland have actually poked through. So that's really exciting. I'm already winning in comparison to last year, so that's great. Our pepper tray seems to be doing great too. We've even got some of them with second leaves on the way, which is awesome. And just an overview here of the ones that we're growing this year. But yeah, they look great. Snapdragons are about to be pinched today, so hopefully they will start branching off. Hopefully once I pinch them, they will branch off and be a little bit more bushy instead of, these are really tall and lanky. So, and they also are very thirsty, but they'll perk right back up as soon as I give them some water. Also, I have no idea what varieties these are because my son got into these and lost a tag. So, yeah. Here's the other variety of snapdragons I planted this year. Again, I have no idea what variety these are, but they're very short in comparison to the other ones. So, I'm not sure if that was something I did or if that's just a different variety or what, but they're still doing okay. They're just very much taking their time. For all the tomato plants that we are growing this year, everybody's doing really great. The ground cherries are still taking their time. I've got 1, 2, 3 that have germinated, but everybody else seems to be getting second leaves and doing really well. The tray of just mishmash things that I threw in the soil. We've got some stock over here, some crystal palace, lobelia, some more snapdragons, as if I don't have enough. And then I've got some of the Indian peace pipe still looking exactly the same as last week. Another type of lobelia here, some status, and then some tetradill, which we need to up pot desperately. It desperately needs a bigger place to live. And these are some of the blue sapphire salvia that we started from seed. I thought I had some from last year germinated in this one, but I think I only have this one to germinate from last year's seed, which is fine. This is the blue sapphire that I got new seed from this year, and the pink sundae is really taking off. I'm gonna try to up pot these as soon as possible, maybe even today if I have time, but they are doing extremely well. The blue is definitely behind, and then the last year's seed is extremely behind, but yeah, the pink, she is taken off. Lastly, we have our artichokes and our dill. So my artichokes, I don't know if this is like a sunburn that they're getting, like this. Some of the leaves are yellowing. Maybe they need some fertilizer. I don't know. I might try to put a fertilizer on them. The older leaves are getting this yellow. I hope it's not like a disease. And if anybody has any type of experience growing artichoke from seed and you've had this, please let me know what's going on so I can fix my babies. But the dill looks like it's doing pretty good. Like I said, everybody needs a drink, so that's why everybody's outside. I'm gonna get the hose. But yeah, that's all the plants for right now. This basil that I grew from a cutting's doing okay, I guess. But yeah, so that is our update on the seedlings. Okay, I've just topped my snapdragons, and boy, that hurt my heart. Whew. I tried to cut them right where there was some growth, some growth coming right at the nodes, you see. Hopefully I did that right. I guess we'll find out here in a few weeks. But yeah, that was hard on my heart for sure. Alrighty, and here we are up potting some of those pink Sunday sages and salvia. I had some confusion about what exactly the difference between sage and salvia is, and it turns out that I did a little bit of research, and according to mountainvalleygrowers.com, that all sages are types of salvia. It says here that throughout the ages, the term sage has been closely aligned with the cooking or medicinal use, and the term salvia has been given to the more ornamental members of this genus. So it says, nevertheless, salvia is the Latin name or the genus given to all of these plants. So I learned something today. In the next clip, you'll see that I'm going to be up-potting that dill, the tetra variety, and I wanted to share something that I learned about that as well. According to the botanical interest packet, the tetra dill is important for the caterpillars of the swallowtail butterfly variety. So it says here, the refreshing flavor of dill will surely win you over if you don't already love it. Tetra is a bushy, late flowering variety, meaning more leaf production for dill lovers. It is heat tolerant, which makes it slow to bolt, so you will enjoy fresh picked aromatic dill throughout the season. And then it says dill is the important host plant for caterpillars of the swallowtail variety. So I thought that was pretty neat as well. Well, we got a lot accomplished in this video, I think. I'm excited for what the future brings with the fence and all the raised beds that are going to be going along the edges of the fence. Hopefully next week we can start planning our garden and seeing where everything's going to be going. We're doing produce and cut flowers this year, so really excited. I've never really done like a cut flower garden before. Last year for the first time I got some dahlia bulbs on sale and I just stuck them in the ground, and that's where all of this started. That's it for this video. Until next time, I'll see you next week.